before has it been so important to the world. And throughout our great country, it is the farmers who raise the necessary food for our millions of people. When deciding what he will raise, the farmer considers many things, such as soil, weather conditions, labor, and most important, how he will sell his goods. In each region, the farmer grows the plants he can raise and sell best. His crops must reach a good market when they are just ripe enough. The pickers know which tomatoes are ready for the market. These small egg tomatoes are famous for their firmness and their flavor. Mr. Reed specializes in vegetables and hogs. He has been busy trying to sell his tomatoes for the best possible price. He tells his son, Bob, that he has received an order from the wholesale market for 1 load of tomatoes, and a nearby cannery wants all he can supply. Bob has charge of the harvest and will see that these loads are delivered. Mr. Reed raises fine vegetables, and so the produce from his farm is in demand. The farmer is a specialist in raising crops. He sells to a wholesaler who is a specialist in selling the crop. The wholesaler knows the various people who might buy the crop, like grocers, chain store buyers, restaurant managers, and also other wholesale merchants. Wholesalers buy in large truckloads and carloads from farms and sell to grocers in smaller quantities. At last, the truck, with boxes piled high, is ready to leave for the wholesale market. Day and night, farmers load their trucks so their produce will arrive fresh at the wholesale markets for the early morning opening. All through the night, the markets are alive with feverish activity as the farmers arrive with their loads. Unloading goes on all during the day. A wholesale market is like the hub of a wheel, with produce coming from all directions to this central point for distribution. This large city market covers about 6 city blocks. The volume of sales in a market like this would be from about $50 to $75 million a year. Around the outside are the wholesale or commission houses. On the inside are smaller wholesale merchants who rent stores or stalls in the open. Each stall handles only a few different fruits and vegetables. Just now, this wholesaler deals only in squash. He knows the farms and the localities that raise squash and has certain farms where he buys. This wholesaler unloads the farmer's truck directly into his own truck, for he already has a customer to buy this load of squash. Wholesale merchants are called middlemen because they buy from farmers and sell to other wholesalers and retailers. The produce is carefully arranged to attract customers. Tomatoes from Mr. Reed. Peppers are imported from Mexico in the winter when they cannot be raised here. Some produce arrives at the market raw, or just the way it was pulled from the ground. This kohlrabi must be washed, trimmed, and attractively packed. Carrot tops are left on the carrots, not only because they look better, but also because they keep better. The green tops are good food for chickens and rabbits. Some things are sold by weight and some by bulk. This box of beans is sold by weight. Brussels sprouts require unusual care because they rot easily. At the farm, they are carefully packed in buckets with ice. Every process of handling vegetables, from the growing to the selling, is planned so they will be of good quality when the consumer buys them. This truckload of mixed produce has been sold by a wholesaler or middleman to the grocer. These men are buyers who are paid by the grocers to buy for them at the wholesale market. A large grocery store may employ a full-time man. Buyers know good quality and the price they should pay for it. They are shrewd and will not buy until the price suits them. There are many different ways in which food produce is bought and sold. The same product may be handled by several wholesalers before it reaches the retail store. Sometimes food products are sold by auctions. This buyer, Mr. Lane, is a truck wholesaler. He buys a truckload of different fruits and vegetables and sells to a route composed of small independent grocery stores. He shops around, but buys from Joe, because his oranges are the best buy. They are firm, a bright color, and have a good skin. Mr. Lane hurries then to his truck because he must deliver his goods when it is still early in the morning. These wholesalers are also called jobbers. A buyer argues with a wholesaler over the price of 100 pounds of Hubbard squash. This argument is over a half-cent difference per pound. Finally, a price is reached which is agreeable to both parties. Pumpkins attractively displayed. Sam wishes to buy a pumpkin for Halloween. He has learned from his father to buy as cheaply as he can. The wholesaler gives this little retailer a good price. Any person can go to the wholesale market and buy at wholesale prices, but some things are only sold in larger amounts. Sam is pleased. He has learned early the value of money and how to buy wisely. This red truck belongs to a chain of markets. These markets employ a buyer at the wholesale market. They send their order to this buyer, Mr. Greer, and the truck driver comes several days a week to pick it up. The driver, Dick, signs a bill for each purchase. Both the buyer and the seller have a record of each transaction. Mr. Greer has bought carefully at the different wholesale stores, and the delivery boys or pushers bring the orders to the truck. Mr. Greer talks over the day's purchases with Dick. Dick must wait until all orders are in. Then he will deliver them to the market 20 miles away. When it is still early in the morning, the trucks leave with loads piled high. Some go to grocery stores, hotels, or restaurants, and some leave for other distributing places, both in this community and in neighboring states. Out-of-state trucks may arrive any time during the day or night. This retail store is one of the markets Mr. Greer buys for. Retail prices are higher than the wholesale prices because of the additional handling. It isn't even 9 o'clock in the morning when Dick unloads the vegetables that Mr. Greer bought at the wholesale market. Dick receives a receipt for the goods. And here a truck is delivering a load of tomato soup and ketchup made from the tomatoes we saw picked at Mr. Reed's farm. In this case, the cannery bought tomatoes from the farmer, canned them, and sold this product to the retailer. In the same way, manufacturers buy raw materials, process them, and sell the finished product to stores or to wholesalers who sell to stores. The receiving clerk checks each item carefully and returns the signed bill to the driver from the cannery. A celery truck is unloading at a warehouse that only handles out-of-state shipping. The green truck is pulling out with a load of potatoes, lettuce, and celery worth $1,800 for Boulder City, Nevada. A truck with a load of mixed produce will make the haul to Tucson, Arizona in 1 day, beating the train by 3 days. And here a load of carrots that has come 150 miles. It will unload here and be reshipped out of state. Carrots are perishable, so it is best to ship them the quicker way by truck. The ice lasts several days. The attractive label makes the product more appealing to the buyers. This is a street of wholesale houses with trucks and trains ready to carry the product to the farthest corners of the United States. Each house specializes in certain commodities. Refrigerator cars are used for perishable foods. In New York Harbor, trains on barges carry food and necessities so that the people of our greatest city will have what they need. Ships from foreign ports bring us things like spices, coffee, and bananas, and in return, our merchant marine carries American food to people who live in all parts of the world.